That shit adds up in a week. That shit adds up in a
I
month.
still don't know what your point
That
is.
adds up. What I'm saying is that they getting approached.
I
That's what I'm
I
saying.
didn't say they not getting approached, bro.
Bro, you just had me go
I
through
said they're getting approached less.
Yo, you just had me
I
go
said less.
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 You wasn't less. You didn't say that. This is how you was hitting me when them videos was on there.
Less.
What I say?
Why are the women not being approached?
Not one time did you say less. You didn't go like this. Yo, look, you see that? You didn't say less. You didn't say less at all. You just said they weren't being approached.
Does it even make sense to say that women are not being approached at all? At all? Does that even make sense?
So, what we're gonna do is let's let the people know what we're talking about or what we're getting ready to see. And they having a conversation, basically trying to find out if is it easier for women dating or is it easier for men dating? And there seems to be a little bit of a difference here as far as the perception between men and the perception between women as far as who has it easier when it comes down to dating. So we're going to go ahead and let's take a look at this video in order to see what's up.
Do women have dating on easy mode as compared to men? Agree or disagree?
I feel like I don't have enough experience to respond to this, but
Here, let me ask a clarifying question. Who has an easier time getting laid, men or women?
That should be.
I would
Don't-
say women.
hold on. Go ahead.
I would say women.
Okay, you would say women.
Yeah.
Who has an easier time getting a date, men or women? If you want, go ahead.
I honestly don't know.
I mean, you don't have like a sense. I mean, you have girlfriends, you have guy friends. Do you guys
She doesn't
talk
know.
about that?
Yeah, she
She
doesn't
doesn't
know,
know.
bro.
It's
Okay.
fine.
What the
about you?
fuck, yo?
I would
mean,
say women definitely have it easier.
answer the damn question.
The klutz. You want to follow up on
I
that?
don't know.
Let's answer it for him.
What was so hard for the question? The question was,
Let's talk about it.
who has an easier time dating, men or women? I mean, you got to have an opinion or something on it. They sitting there like, I don't.
All right.
I don't know.
I'm gonna roll with this real quick. I do apologize for the rude interruption with my phone and everything.
Yeah, we're just gonna cut that shit out. You know,
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he'll cut it out. But anyway,
called editing.
who has an easier time dating, women or men? It's not even close. It's women, because you can take a woman that looks like anything and she can go outside and flag down a man, whereas a man has to work much harder to get a woman. And if you just terribly busted, you probably can't even get a woman. So, in my humble opinion, it's definitely a woman, and it's not even close. A man can't really even compete with a woman on picking up men to women unless she got some bubonic plague or something and nobody's going to touch her, and he's Don Juan. Then they can have a imbalanced equation. But it's women easily. What you think?
I agree with you on that. I think that women actually have a far easier time dating, because, like I said, men are just more aggressive. They pursue, they hunt. They're looking for women, and I think that men are usually going to be attracted to what they see. Now, I'm gonna tell you that there is always somebody for somebody. We always go off. Everybody's not a damn model, and to me, and it's just my opinion, skinny ass modeling chicks.
Hold
I
up,
don't-
they changing now. If you look at some of them shows, they got thick chicks modeling, they got fat chicks modeling.
Okay.
They starting
So
to
there's
open it up a
something
little.
there's something for everybody.
Yeah,
Something for
they're
everybody.
starting to think like that.
Okay. Well, I just think that I still think that women have an easier
no
way
question,
of
no question.
time dating, because I think that a lot of guys are always trying to see
Who they
who
can
they
conquer.
could pursue, right? So I think that they have a easier time. Now, if a woman feels different and says like, no, guys, I don't actually think I know any women that actually think that guys have an easier time dating than women, unless they're talking about certain stipulations or certain demands or something like that, saying this is what I want in a man, so therefore I'm having a hard time dating.
Oh, there's a
And,
lot of
and,
that
and
going
you know,
on.
in that case, but I'd be like, no, not necessarily. You can still be dating. It's just that you're very choosy on who it is that you want to date.
Wait, hold up. So what you're saying is like, there's a lot of women out there that like, they have that dude that's in the neighborhood that can see him, right? And then, but he's just a stop through, maybe even a side piece or somebody that he can see, but when they looking for a person for themselves, they looking for a man with all these qualities. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they're looking for a man with all of these particular qualities, and there has to be a purpose for it. There's a purpose for it. I think for longevity, in order to say like, okay, this is the man that I plan, of course, after you get to know him and all that I plan on settling down with. But as far as dating, the act itself, I think women have a way easier time than men do
No question.
when it comes down to just dating. I mean, dating is what it is. Dating. Get to know you. If it doesn't work out, fine. It's cool. You go your way, I go my way. Isn't that what dating's supposed to mean? Dating doesn't mean that,
You know
yo,
what?
I'm dating, we're locked in.
Now that you put me on the spot, I don't know what the fuck dating means.
You know, you don't know what dating is now?
What's it supposed to really? You go on a date.
Okay.
Maybe it leads to something. Maybe it don't. But
Right.
a date is really undefined. You're just going out, and whatever happens happens.
Right. That's
When does
exactly-
it become not dating?
That's exactly what it is.
You know,
Well, when it becomes not dating, you mean when it
when you make a
escalates,
commitment,
when it
yeah,
escalates into something
commitment
else?
into something else.
You have some people that feel that when you guys have sex for the first time, oh, we go together now. I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
we go together now, so we're item. now,
I wish he had some of them memes pulled up where them girls said, "Yeah, I know. I said we don't we don't have anything, but you didn't tell me you was gonna put it on me like that. We go together now."
Yeah, we go together
The
now.
girls say that.
Right. So it's like, when does it escalate from dating to being in a relationship?
Sometimes it's a said thing, and sometimes it's not. And
I think what it comes down is the intentions, but I'm not going to try to drift too far off of the subject that we're talking about right now. But I think that it escalates when the two of you come to the agreement that I don't want to see nobody else but you. Or you guys, like I said, you come to agreement, you come on one accord and say, hey, look, I don't want to see nobody else but you.
yeah,
Great.
but-
I don't want to see anybody else but you. Let's see where this is going to go.
Hey, producer, can we address the elephant in the room now?
What's the elephant? I didn't know the elephant
the
was
elephant
in here.
in the room? Here's what I'm saying.
Where's the elephant?
You say it's when people decide that they want to date, but you do know what's going on in the world today, right? And especially the United States. It's Fuckfest USA. There's nobody really dating anymore.
What?
They're. I mean, you got your lady, I got my lady, but in general now, people don't want to be tied down. They really don't want to be tied down. That's why you got side pieces, a commonplace thing now. You got all these people with side pieces.
Hold up. If people, you're saying one thing, if people don't want to be tied down
They really
anymore,
don't. They really don't. I don't know.
then they're basically saying that they're not trying to date.
Right.
That's what you're saying, right? They're not dating, so they're not looking for anything.
That's right.
They're not looking to escalate it into a relationship or nothing like that. That's what you're saying.
It's a lot of that's happening.
No way.
Hey,
no
in
way.
fact,
If that's so be the case, then a lot of these cats wouldn't be having problems with their ladies right now because there is no commitment to it, right?
it's a lot less going on. A lot less commitment. You're missing what I'm saying.
Okay.
I need you to listen carefully.
Okay, I'm listening.
There's a lot less
Can I listen
commitment.
over a drink?
Now. Yeah.
Okay.
Have a sip. It might help you clarity a little bit, you know. But there's a lot less dating going on, and here's why. Men are tired of women's shit here in this country, and so they don't want to approach women and be getting slammed for trying to approach women, and they're not trying to be. And when they do find a girl they like, they're not really trying to get tied down. Now, yeah, there's still exceptions to the rules, but the pendulum has swayed to the side of people staying single. People are having having less kids, having less marriages, more divorces. This is a big thing going on, and all of it's, all of it goes together. It comes around with everything else that's happening in this country. People just don't want to be tied down to nobody. Don't want to be associated with nobody. Don't want to answer to nobody. There's a lot of that going on right now.
Why you think that is?
Because, well, like I said, like I first alluded
Ray,
to,
I know you are not about to hit me with no statistics. I know you ain't about to hit me with that shit.
Hold up.
Go ahead, bro.
Before
what you,
you
saying? I'm
hit with the
sorry.
statistics, you make sure you give your little statistical disclaimer. But yeah, people are. I'm telling you, it's Fuckfest USA now. These people do not want to tie down nobody. And then what really happens in some cases,
I disagree.
in some cases, there's a lot of people that's trying to be with a side piece and stuff like that. And then they go visit the side piece certain amount of times, and it becomes an emotional thing. And then they become in a relationship that they didn't want to have in the first place, and then it fails, and then they go their separate ways with anger. A lot of that's been happening.
I disagree, bro. You make it seem like it's Fuckfest USA, and
look at
as
that.
if they don't want to go in.
Look,
ahead.
he got a nice little stat there for you. Young adults are twice as likely to be lonely than seniors. Yeah, and that makes sense because seniors.
Man, whatever. Where'd it come from?
It doesn't. That just makes sense. Now you just arguing.
No. Where did
that's common
look,
sense.
I
even if it's
I already
that's
told
common sense.
bullshit. I already told you when it come down to statistics. I already said that. Yo, where you getting it from? Where is that coming from? What is that?
The Sigma group, the people that provide.
Cigna?
healthcare. Cigna, yeah.
Insurance company.
Yeah.
They're an insurance company, right?
Yeah, and then look, they gave you the group of people, 2,496 U.S. adults from December 13th to 19th in 2021. The results have an unweighed margin of error of plus 2 percentage points. Does that help you?
No, it doesn't. 2,496 people.
It's still
U.S.
It's still a test group, man.
Let me see. Comparisons are made. It says comparisons are made to the 2020 Cigna loneliness. I should have worn my glasses.
Loneliness index.
Okay, yeah, thank you, bro. Index survey data from the what is that? Ipsos survey of 10,400 in the U.S. adults.
That's a good test.
July 2019. You're gonna hold up. You're gonna hit me with thousands, and you're gonna hit me with tens of thousands, which is just over 10,400. In comparison to how many people live in this country?
Yeah, but it's showing a behavior pattern for the people in that 10,000. It's a behavioral pattern. They can't test everybody. God damn, and they can only test a group.
Well, shit. I mean, if you're gonna test you got groups all over the motherfucking place. You got groups all over the place, and you're gonna hit this one group. How many groups did they test, Ray? Because you're giving me years. You're giving me years right now, and all they say, look at the fucking 70. You talk on that. You talk on that bullshit right there when it come down to the statistics. Yeah, you talk on that.
People People
Or
from
the insurance company giving you the statistics. Go ahead. You tell me.
underrepresented racial groups are more likely to be lonely. Damn. 75% of Hispanic adults 68%
Hold
of
up.
African American adults.
Hold up. 75% of Hispanic adults out of the what? Out of the 2,000? Out of the 2,496?
These people from underrepresented racial groups are more likely to be lonely. Underrepresented. That's black people and
68%.
Hispanic.
Go back, Ray. 68% of black African American adults. 68% of what? The 2,496? 68% of that? Is that what we going? Because it doesn't say that. It says 68% as if
we-
it was out of all.
Can we talk to the subject
that
matter at
fucking
hand
bullshit.
instead of
That's
having
that
this
bullshit.
statistical argument?
Anyway, don't hit me with no statistics.
Listen to that right there. More than twice as many younger adults as older adults experience feeling left out. More than 2 in 5 adults, 42% aged 18 to 34, report always feeling left out, compared to just 10% of people 55 and older who say the same.
That's 16%.
I'm gonna tell you, when
Okay.
people get older, they usually stay with who they are older with, and therefore they have a much less likely chance of going out there trying to find something new.
Hey, Ray. He agree, I disagree. 50% of old fuckers like us. All right.
Hey, wait. Time out.
Hold up. A black / African American.
Are you with your
50%.
woman? Are you with your woman? You got a woman. Am I with my woman? I'm a woman, and we're 2%, and we're just like that just said.
We're 2%.
We're two people, and we fit right in what that just said.
Do we?
Yes, absolutely.
Two people.
I mean, we just fall under the category.
2%.
What else you need?
2%. 2%.
We're not 2%. We're just two people, and then they told you they gave you a represented size.
Yeah. 2496. 2496.
10,400.
That was for 2019.
2021.
Or
Right?
2020. We're in 2023. 2,496.
So you think the numbers are going to be drastically different now? I think it's worse. People just don't want to be with people
Okay,
now.
people. And you might
So,
not.
so all of these young people that's not together, when they get old, they're going to be lonely.
Let me explain myself.
Kevin Samuel used to say, they'll die alone.
Let me explain myself. I'm sorry, good people, because apparently I have a problem with statistics. And if you saw any of the earlier shows, you probably know that I do have a problem with statistics, because I really just don't know where they're getting the numbers from. And sometimes they broadcast these things and they put the narrative out there, as if these statistics are taken from a whole. All right. What you're not going to do is sit there and tell me that you survey 10,000 people and then you're going to come back and tell me 68 or 50% or 98% of the U.S. falls in this category when it comes down to certain shit.
I think you just Bobby belligerent. You
Okay.
just
All right.
reasons to be.
Okay, I'm just saying. All right. Let's
It's
go ahead.
good stuff. Go ahead. Get back into that. That was a good session. Man. We had to differ.
Here, but I do want to say, women have dating on easy mode changed my mind. Okay,
Completely agree. What do you say? Sorry.
women have dating on easy mode
I would disagree.
compared to men.
I
You-
see
good
your
women,
point.
Hot women.
I see your point, but it's like
Even average women have dating on
Yep.
easy mode.
Yeah, sevens and above.
you go your
Even
struggle
honestly,
you're
even
saying
five.
is you struggle maybe to get a first date. Me, it's like we're scared for our lives sometimes. So it's like a very difference of things when it's like dating on easy mode. Like it's maybe if you're an ugly man, sure. My boyfriend definitely has never had a problem dating because he's an attractive man. If you're an ugly girl,
Right.
it's gonna be hard for you too.
But here's the
So-
difference. Average
All
women
she had to do is say, like
have
her.
an easier time dating than
No, I'm just
average
kidding.
men.
And whose fault is
You
that?
can't
It's
do
your
that.
guys' fault for sleeping with anything that has two legs.
can't.
Not
do
saying
No,
that.
necessarily,
no,
but men,
no,
men in
no.
general,
Women-
men in general.
No, that's
Men
not
in
how it
general.
works.
That's really not how it works. Okay, here, let me frame the question like this. Agree or disagree? Do women have dating on easy mode? Kiko, yes or no? Compared to men.
What does dating on easy mode even mean? Like, I really don't,
It
I really
means-
don't get that.
It means that
To
you
understand-
get to select. So this is something that's like inherent to just women in dating, is that they're kind of all players, and not like consciously, but because they just have so many options, right? Like there's this guy in your DMs, and that guy met you yesterday, and there's this guy in the grocery store, and so you have options. Whereas men, we have to go out and create those options for ourselves. They don't just slide into our they don't just show up into our lives.
I mean,
so
just
that's
to
what he
complain
means.
about that just sounds like very
It's not
like
complaining. It's just acknowledging a reality of the
It's
world.
a
What Sam is
reality.
getting at,
It's
and by
a
the way, I
reality.
disagree with the idea that all women are like kind of players, but I understand what you're getting at. The reality that he's getting at is that women are born with their value, and men have to build their value, right? If I'm some loser and I just sit at home and I'm eating like potato chips all day and I don't spend my time trying to build my value as a man, build my confidence, all these kind of things, I'm not going to have as much success with women as I would otherwise. But an average woman who isn't working on her own personal excellence and who still has a decent level of attractiveness, even if she's just average, there's going to be tons of dudes that want to sleep with her. And average guys do not have tons of women that want to sleep with
they
them.
probably do. They're just trying to seek out
No,
women who are above their
no.
pay grade.
Mm.
Kiko, let me
Can I
Above
interject?
their
tell
pay
you
grade.
Especially in IV, I know men who are
Kiko.
ugly as hell getting laid every
Kiko,
night.
because
hold
they
on,
have
let Chase
confidence.
finish.
Because they have Tinder.
They have Tinder,
be
but
for
they
real.
also have game and they have confidence. Okay,
I mean, game matters.
the-
Riz.
it does. The average guy does not have tons of women who want to sleep with him. The average guy would be
Has
lucky
none.
to have one or
Yeah.
two who want to sleep with him. Okay.
I see your point, but it's like
The average, the point that I've made in previous podcasts, the average guy can go on Tinder and get 0 swipes. Okay. The average woman can go on Tinder and get laid tonight.
Kiko,
But
just
it's
think
not
about it this
getting
way.
laid. Are we talking about dating or
Yeah.
getting laid?
Did you say it's
Because-
because guys are lazy?
easy.
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 What do you
Think-
mean?
A lot more men are easier to will sleep. Men are more
Sure.
willing to sleep with people who are not on their level than women. That's your own personal problem.
that's-
Don't
and-
sleep
and-
with people
and-
who are below you.
And you are proving
Below
my point.
what level?
You're proving my point. Men will sleep with a lot of different women. Okay?
That sounds like a personal problem, is what
It's
I'm
not.
saying.
It's not a personal.
But you notice
problem.
how she
It's
said
just the
level.
reality of life. Women will not sleep with average guys.
Yeah,
Men
so
will
she
sleep
has
with
a
average
big
women, is the point.
expectation from guys,
Men
and
have
that's
to
why it's
build their
difficult
value. It
for
doesn't
them.
just come naturally to them like it does for women.
Maybe it depends
Hold
on
on.
area.
You wanted to come in?
No,
Go
it's,
ahead.
it's just a universal law of nature.
Hold on,
Would
go
you
ahead.
would you go for an average woman though?
No.
So
Would you
that
go for an
kind
average
of-
woman? You
What
guys
do
had a
you-
lot of
what do you
standards.
mean- what do you mean by
You
average?
three have a whole
I'm not
bucket
an
of
I'm
standards.
not an average man. I work much harder than the average dudes
Yeah,
in my
but
age
I'm
group. I
saying,
have
like-
for a long time. Like I'm selective with who I date. I'm extremely selective. I always have been. But just because I wouldn't doesn't mean that a ton of
Yeah.
other guys wouldn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know a lot of guys who are very average and they don't have any problem finding women to sleep with or date or anything. It's just knowing who's
That's
on your
so-
level.
What they date
That's
you.
not
Is finding
true.
someone to
Yeah.
sleep with
Wait,
really
I
fulfilling?
would love
That's
to
what
hear
we're talking
Billy
Billy,
comment on this.
please come
Yeah,
in.
I have across platforms probably over 800,000 followers that are all single men. That's why they follow me for dating advice. And I get thousands of messages every day from attractive guys that cannot get a date. And the messages are fucking sad. Like, it is, girls are not aware of the crisis out there that men are facing in the dating world. I don't think you guys can, I don't think you can speak on it because you don't know about it. You don't see them. It's
What she
So-
said.
way
Wait, let her
bigger than
finish.
you
Hold
could
on, let her
ever
finish.
imagine. You have no idea how sad it is. I cry about it when I read the messages.
So let me ask you a question. You mentioned that you have a lot of attractive guys who cannot get a date. Why would you say that is?
I think this is
You can just be honest. This is an important conversation that a lot of people can learn from.
I think the feminism movement has completely beat down men.
Okay, expand on that.
I think they are
That's the Me Too movement.
scared to speak to women.
Because of the Me Too stuff, or
That's a part of it, but I don't think it's a big part of it. I think their confidence is absolutely destroyed in the dating world. Women feel like I feel like the feminism movement has kind of made women not just feel equal to men, but actually superior to men. And I feel like that's the way they treat a lot of men.
Do you feel like
Demasculizing
the
them.
feminism movement has convinced a lot of women to not appreciate men for what they
Yes.
bring to the table?
Masculinity is dead.
Because feminism causes
Good point. Let's talk
Okay.
about that.
Okay. I do believe that with this feminist movement that they are demasculizing men because it's like a superiority thing. I'm a feminist, so therefore I am rated above, and your masculinity, unless the demands that I put on you are not proven, then your masculinity is diminished. And I think that that's a problem.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a problem, but men are figuring out things to do because obviously they're not really checking for American women as hard as they usually do, and women are starting to feel slighted because I see it all over YouTube every day. I don't know what that's about, but
I don't know. Listening to them,
they're
she's
saying that men don't have confidence. I don't know where that comes from. There are some men that don't,
Well,
but there's the same for women in that case.
according to her followers, and according to what she's read and what they're saying, and how much of a hard time they're having when it comes down to dating, that's where she's getting that from.
I think what happened with men here recently is that a lot of men go out there and approach women, and they approach them with dignity and, really, just approach them just to try to date them or go out on a date or just get to know them. And the women turn their nose up because of the social media stuff so big. It's so big that it's just easy to turn people down and cancel them when they don't act right. And everything goes back to social media that determines how they're going to act. And men are just absolutely tired of it right now.
Let me
That's
just
what I
put this.
think.
Let me just put this question out there. All right. Do you think that because some women, and we're just talking about dating, we're talking about dating because that's what they're talking about, how easy it is to date, and women having an easier time than men. Do you think that in some women's mind, it's all about, can I do better?
Yes, always.
But
Always.
But in a man's mind, what is it? It's I don't think it's I can do better. I think it's
I don't want to be tied down.
we're talking about dating.
This
Are
is
you-
what it is.
Okay, so
No.
the reason, so you say the reason
Part
that
of the
most men
reason-
date is because they don't want to be tied down.
A lot of that's happening on
But-
both sides right now.
But when they do, when they do date, and this is what I'm asking the mindset. When they do date, do they have that stipulation, or do they have that in the back of their mind? I can do better. I think that some women do have that in their mind. I
Oh.
can do better. I'm just gonna check this guy out, but I got options. I think I could do better. Whereas a guy, I don't think men think like that.
I think they do. I think they do on some
men,
level.
Hold on, you think men think that I can do better when they're feeling?
The younger the man is, the more he thinks that way. Now, as you get older, you learn that with evolution, you lose some of your zest, and therefore you're not going to attract the same people you attracted when you were much younger. Like, for instance, in our 20s, you probably had to beat them all. Get away from me. Leave me alone. But as you got older, you didn't get as much attention.
Okay.
And then it's the same thing with women. But the thing about women that you alluded to, women are always looking for something better. And social media has made it worse because you got all these people going somewhere and they got this man. oh, I got this basketball player. So now this girl who thinks she looks just as good as that girl and got everything going for her just as good as that girl feel like she should have a basketball player. But so this dude, Jeremy or Ralph, who works at the daggone warehouse, comes along and he tries to talk to her, and she said, "Oh, he's so cute and this, that, and the other." But he only working at a warehouse, girl. I ain't got time for that. You know.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna pose this question. Average guy. If a girl comes up to him and say, "I want to go out," is he turning it down?
that's not really a normal thing. But
I'm
nah,
just
the
asking.
average guy,
I'm
probably
I'm just
not
making a-
likely. He's probably not turning it down.
He's not.
I
gonna,
mean, today he might be
He-
because they've changed a
well,
lot today.
the average guy's gonna turn it down. Average guy's gonna turn the girl down.
What's
no,
an average guy?
I don't think.
What's
I don't
what's
think.
an
I
average
don't think a guy. That I say an average guy because I think that a guy that's confident, that is doing very well in life, that know he has options, is going to turn some women down. An average guy, I don't think he's going to turn a woman down. If he's single and this girl wants to go out with him, he's not going to turn her down. He's not going to say, "No, I'm not going to go out with you." You know why?
and this
Because he
is-
doesn't have too many options. Now,
With
hold
no,
on,
with
hold
no
on.
regards to how the girl looks.
Hold on.
Or
He's gonna
acts.
go. He's gonna go out with her. He's gonna go out with her.
Not the average guy.
The
not a
average
guy with some pride
So,
on himself.
so you saying that the average girl who doesn't consider herself average,
right,
I don't know one that thinks that they consider themselves average,
right.
and a guy says, "I want to go out."
She's probably
There
gonna turn
ain't
him
no,
down.
ain't no guarantee she's gonna say yes,
she's
right?
gonna turn him
More
down.
than likely, she's gonna be like, "I
turn
could do
him
better.
down. Yeah.
I could do better. I'm not going out with you." But when it comes
Now-
down to that, and this is the point that I'm trying to prove when
I
it
got
comes
you.
down to
I got you.
to this thing right here, as far as women having it easier on dating than men. A man is not. You know why he's not going to turn that down? Because that offer hardly ever comes.
Well, today
Can we agree on that?
I see what you're saying, and I agree to a degree.
Okay.
I agree, and it's like pre-COVID, that was way more likely than it is now.
No, we're not going to start blaming stuff on COVID.
I'm not blaming it on
Okay.
COVID. I'm just giving you a time.
Okay. Okay. Give me it. Okay.
It was way more likely than now. At this point now, people have seen how much women have changed and how much they're looking for, that the average guy is even at the point where, like, I'll say no because I don't want to put up with that bullshit. And most
okay,
guys are doing that right now.
But
I'm trying to tell you.
well, but
Now, if he doesn't
Even-
get laid and he thinks he's going to get laid and it's just about getting laid, then yeah, he might say yeah.
I'm not
but
even-
He's only saying yeah
I'm not even
with
talking
the
about
thought that
if-
he's going to get laid.
I'm not even talking about the outcome of getting laid because that's not a guarantee.
Then what is?
I'm just saying that the
So he's
average.
just going to say yes.
I'm just giving you an example of
He's a
a
simp.
guy doesn't know. a guy,
That's what I was going to tell you.
a
He's a simp.
guy isn't getting. They're not getting asked to go out regularly. Matter of fact.
Well, you
matter
saying
of-
average guy? You talking about his bankroll? You
I
talking
ain't.
about the way
I
he
said.
looks? You
I
talking
said
about
nothing.
everything?
I said nothing about bankroll. I'm not saying nothing about looks. What's the average guy? If we got to go down into demographics, the average guy is what?
5'8".
5'8". All right, 5'8".
Maybe 170 pounds, under 65 pounds.
Whatever.
Yeah.
The average guy, and some guys that are even above average, are not getting asked out. 5'9" is the average. But what I'm saying is that they're not getting asked out to where they would turn it down and say, no, because I know I could do better than you.
But let me ask you something then. Explain to me why so many average
But is
guys
it-
right now
Real quick.
aren't dating these women that
Say
are
what?
available. Why aren't a lot of these average guys that you're talking about here in America not dating some of these women now? This shit is like running rampant.
Whoa. Dating what kind of women? What
Period.
women now?
Women, period.
Are they asking?
Who?
Are they asking?
The guys aren't.
No. Is she asking?
They're asking why the guys ain't coming up to them anymore.
Is the woman? What I'm trying to tell you is
guys
that
are missing it.
realistic. I'm talking about realistically.
I'm being
And I'm
realistic.
just being like, yo, keep it a beam, bro.
I'm being
keep it a beam.
100. I'm being 100%.
Guys are
realistic.
not getting asked out on the regular as women are
Never.
always
They
getting asked
never.
out, so they always have options,
They
so they
never
can
have
turn
been.
it down.
They never have been.
But that's the point I'm trying to make is that in that discussion, women have it easier to date than men.
I thought we was past that already.
What do you mean we passed that?
Women,
You know
have
what?
it easier
I
to
need
date
you to
no
reel it
matter
back.
what.
I need you to
That
reel it
woman,
back in.
That woman right there that
Which
many
one?
people will
The
probably
big
determine
girl
that
or
she
guy
might
or
not
whatever
be
it
so
is?
attractive for everybody. She can get more men than the average guy.
Who, that dude right there?
Don't say that.
That
Don't
is a
say
dude.
that.
You tell me that ain't a dude.
Is it a dude?
It's a dude.
Is it? You watch your mouth, bro.
You watch my mouth. You know,
get in trouble
Hold on,
for
that's
that.
well. Look. If I have to ask whether it is a dude or not, ain't that a problem? Ain't that a problem?
Bruh,
If I gotta ask,
don't get us canceled before we get started.
I'm just asking a question.
We don't
Is it a
have
dude or
David
not?
Chappelle.
You
clout
can't even
right
tell
now.
me. You can't. Can you tell me? Can you tell me? You can't even tell me.
I'm not gonna even touch.
You're
I'm
not even
going
gonna
down
touch
to
the subject.
Hey,
Well, stick to the topic then, because you the
Average
one that brought
guys.
this. You said the second one over there. I was like,
I said she can pull.
she who? She who?
Uh,
Which one you talk about? Let me know. Which one? From left to right or from right to left?
You know what?
Which one you talking
You
about?
remember how we talked about confidence? I'm gonna be very confident not to say anything incriminating right now.
you know what you were doing was trying to prove your point by saying the average one over there to the second from the right can get a date, and that's not a lady.
That's your opinion.
And
my opinion does not matter.
Or you're gonna take the safe road. You're gonna take the safe road out. Well, damn it, Ray, get the apology letters ready. Get the apology letters ready so I could fake like I'm actually apologizing. Look,
Hey, but you know
Can
what? Isn't this the same clueless bunch that they asked questions to and that nobody had an answer?
yeah, that was a little earlier.
Was that? That's
Yeah.
not the same ones.
That ain't the same one. You sure?
They
I know
just sat there. And nobody could say nothing.
That's them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one right there. So,
Oh.
hold up, bro.
I thought that they was asking the whole panel.
Back
when
to
they
the
asked.
subject.
Oh.
Back to the subject.
Go ahead.
The bottom line is what they were talking about is that women have it easier to date than men. Women are getting asked out way more than men.
That's
I'm-
since the beginning of time.
But I'm trying to prove a point that the man doesn't really get asked out.
right.
All right?
I agree with that.
To where he would turn it down.
Oh.
Okay? Whereas women that get asked out all the time, or some women, they can turn it down. You know why? Because I could do better.
Do you consider yourself an average man?
No, I don't.
Do you get asked out?
No, I don't. No, I don't.
What if you did? Would
Huh?
you go out?
No, I don't.
Would you?
No.
If somebody asked you?
No. Something about this thing on my finger right here tells me nah. I don't know why you're trying to sit up here and set me up and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to
Yes,
make
you
a
are.
point, man.
Look at this. The amount of men under 30 not having sex has nearly tripled in the past decade.
Now that don't make no sense. But you know why that's happening, right? We talked about that in our
We talked
last
about
podcast.
statistics again. We talked about statistics
Yeah.
again.
But we talked about that in our last podcast,
right, miss me.
right, producer?
Miss me on
when
that
we
one.
talked about the top 10% of men are fucking 90% of the women. More statistics.
I didn't hear you. Once I heard statistics, I tuned out. What you say?
While they fucking all the women, these average guys in the bathroom.
I missed that when you said while they're doing what?
They in the bathroom sliding on the pole.
What?
Their own pole.
You missed
So
me.
90% of the men,
90% of the men.
90% of the women
And-
are
and-
screwing with 10% of the top 10% of the men.
Because they feel that they can do better. And you're talking about as far as
And them average guys, they
America-
fall in, this is in America. Them average guys in USA, them average guys fall into that group.
Ray. Can you tell me how many people live in America?
Almost
Can I get
400 million.
can I get a total?
335 million or something.
Can I get a total? And that's probably going off of the ones that did fill out the census. Okay.
Yeah, you know there's more than that.
Okay.
331 million.
Hold up, we don't-
332 million.
Let me see. All right. 331.9. Okay. And that's probably from those that filled out the census. All right. And it says it right there. Dag, Ray, you so quick with the fingers. And it says it right there. Sources include United States Census Bureau, World Bank. Okay?
And there's at least 100 million
So-
motherfuckers missing.
So that came from the Census Bureau, right? We all know that everybody don't fill out the census. Okay? All right, we know that. But from what they've got so far, they got, you may as well say 332. 332 million. All right? So when you're telling me that you surveyed 2,496 and then you hit me with this percentage of the U.S. Come on, bro. That's why that's why I am the way I am when it
So
comes
what
down
sample
to it.
size you need? 332 million?
That'd be nice.
No, because there's a lot of kids, old folks,
Okay, yeah, you gotta take that into consideration.
different demographics.
Yeah,
in
you
there.
gotta take all that into consideration. Yeah.
So they're giving you sample sizes from locations or locales. Whatever.
Well, tell me this. Well, then tell me the
trying.
percentage. This is the
You don't believe in that shit.
No. Tell me the percentage of the 2,496. Tell me the percentage of the 10,000 or whatever.
400.
All right. Tell me the percentage of the 20,000. Tell me the percentage of that. Don't tell me the percentage of the U.S. when you did not do the U.S. You did 10,000 people. Anyway, I'm not gonna go off of the statistics. You know how I feel. You bait me into that shit all the
It's
time.
next to
'cause
impossible
you know.
to do everybody, bro. That's why they do sample sizes.
Okay, sample size. Okay, well then just tell me that that's what it is.
They do tell you.
No, they told me
Just
the
the
U.S.
part you
They told me
refuse to read.
They told me the U.S. That's what it said. Go ahead, Mister.
Oh, look at this here. Okay. A report from January shows a similar decline in the amount of sex American high school students are having. It found that 41% of the students in grades 9 and 12 had sexual intercourse, compared to 47% in 2005 and 53% in 1995.
Mm-hmm.
Celibacy is
High
on its way.
High school students. Yep.
Well, so they're saying that back when we
How
was
many?
in
How many high
school.
schools? Okay,
See, there you go.
I'm just saying. All right. Let me hear what else they got to say with these.
I
would agree with that.
But I think like we said, like we rated ourselves 10s. Like women are overly confident, so if a guy will walk up to you when you're out, you're gonna be like, "Oh no." So that
Ooh.
that makes them
What?
feel
Facts.
insecure in a way, which is why it's harder for them to be able to talk.
She
women.
said something
Try to get more
factual
women.
after she
At the
stumped-
bar, I see very successful encounters. So I don't know. Maybe it's just because everyone is drunk there. But when I'm bartending, I'll oftentimes see men approach women. Majority of the time, they either chat for a little bit, end up dancing together, whatever. I rarely ever see a man approach a woman at my bar, at least where I work, and them just be like straight fist. Unless they were like drunk as hell all over them being a weirdo, then of course. But
But
usually they give them a chance.
The thing about that example, Kiko, is the type of dudes that are going to bars are gregarious, outgoing guys who like have confidence in their game, and they know that there's attractive girls out there, and they want to go talk to them. That is not representative of the average male population.
Okay, but like how Sam said, get out of there and go. When men approach women in a nice way and not creepy, majority of the time it's not met with just get away from me. Online, maybe, because I'm not gonna respond to a random man who just DMs me if I don't know who they are. Because honestly, it's scary. I don't know who I can meet out there and be a weirdo and chop me up into a million pieces. But you know, sometimes you could read it better in person. So I feel like for men, a lot of encounters come better. That's why I was gonna ask her, have you just started this after the pandemic? Like, have we seen a shift since the pandemic where people were inside trying to do this versus when men were out and approaching women and it wasn't as taboo for those things? I see them having a fairly easy time, especially in IV. It could be the ugliest man walking up to an average woman and they'll go home together. Men in IV have no problem getting laid.
That's bullshit.
I watched
Have no
the
problem
ugliest men get laid every single night.
Kiko, because you are seeing a specific subset of men.
That's
that
why I said
have
maybe it's the area.
confidence. No, it's not just the area. This is across the board. A very small amount of men are just getting women easily. For the vast majority, you shake your head. I talk to a lot of men, Kiko, a lot of men, and they all come to me because they're like, bro, it seems like you have confidence in understanding how women work. Help me because I'm struggling with these women. A lot of dudes are not successful with women. The majority of guys are not successful with women. It is difficult for men to attract and keep women if they are average men. It is not an easy thing.
I would say if they're below average,
It
not
is
average.
no. It's
No.
not. It's not.
Well, this
below
is exactly
average.
why marriage rates are declining.
And it's also
Why?
why she has 800,000 followers across her platforms of attractive. You said it's below average men. She has attractive dudes that are struggling to get.
I would
solid
say
women.
any man who's going to her for that probably has some more deep-rooted issues.
No,
is the
the
reason
problem-
why they're having to
Kiko,
do that.
the problem is that
Yeah,
you are
'cause they're
judging.
not
You are
normal.
judging all men based on the small subset of men that you see.
Okay.
I don't
Can I
think
say
you
something
could
real
You are,
speak
maybe
on.
you're judging
yeah.
them.
That's a good one. That just reiterated everything I said. The subset. But the thing about it, average men ain't getting approached, so that shit is a farce. And if they do get approached and they're not getting laid like this thing said, yeah, some of them going to take that chance and think they're going to get laid, so they might say yeah. But the truth is, nowadays, people don't want to put up with women, so they're not.
So you're saying that guys are saying no.
A lot of the average guys are saying no.
Average guys are saying like, hey, woman comes up to him. Yeah, I like to go out. No.
They're not saying no to the woman. They're just saying no to relationships. They're not even approaching the women. They're just not
Okay.
buying in.
So they're not approaching women. How are they going on dates?
It's not everybody. It's
Well, I'm
just
just
more
saying-
people.
Well, I'm just saying it, and we're just talking broadly.
Yeah.
We're talking broadly.
They're not going on
And
dates.
I say
Told you
that
the mug's going in the bathroom.
I say I say that men always have to do the approaching. All right, because they are not being approached.
Facts.
You disagree with me not too long ago. What are you talking about?
I didn't disagree with you. See, you taking things and you twisting it. I said they're not approaching anymore. But the truth
right,
is,
you're talking about not approaching them.
they're not
Right.
approaching.
Not approaching women.
But
Okay.
to get the results they want, they really do have to approach.
Right, they have to
They're
approach.
not approaching much anymore.
Okay, if they're all right, understand. So they're at the mindset now that, you know what, I'm not approaching anymore.
'Cause they don't want to put up with the bullshit.
right?
that
But
the
women
are
still
putting
are
out
not.
there.
Women are still not approaching.
Women.
Yeah.
Oh, women are affected by it. You could pull up billions of YouTubes with women complaining about men are not approaching us anymore. You telling me you didn't see them yet? There's billions of them out there now. But you've been sleeping under a rock for the last couple of years because this is news, man. This has been out in the mainstream. Women are not being approached by men as much as they are.
I'm
used
sorry.
to
I thought
anymore.
I thought they was just crying about not being approached by the type of men that they find attractive or the type of men that they want, and crying about that shit. I didn't think that they was crying about not being approached at all, which
trying
is
to tell
not
you.
happening in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I'm not going to say
Pull
that
it
they're
up.
not being approached. Period.
Pull it up. The proof is in the pudding, baby.
Well, what we gonna
I
go?
know.
Hold on, we gonna go off another
I
statistic.
know what I'm talking.
We gonna go off
about.
another statistic.
No, we don't have to talk about.
I'm gonna look in the
statistics.
camera on
Just
that one.
ask the question to Google: Are women being approached by men? How Are women being approached by men much less nowadays, or something like that?
I think women are being approached by men. I think they're just crying about the type of men that's approaching them.
AP.
Yo, you ever hear? Yo, you ever?
R.
Hold on.
APRO.
He got it. He know how to spell. Hey, check it. Hey, check it. Are you listening?
Yeah.
See, this is the problem I have, people, our viewers. I have a problem, because sometimes he want me to talk to the back of his
Put
head.
your A in there. A after the O.
You see what I'm saying? He don't even want to answer the question.
No, you want to sidetrack.
I'm not.
No, we gonna skip.
I'm not sidetracking.
No, you're right. You're right. It's that they're going after the top 10%. I just said that. But why don't men approach women anymore? Why don't men approach single women anymore? Why men don't approach women anymore? I ain't making this shit up. This shit is all over the place.
So, why don't men approach women anymore?
You ain't got to show it.
Broad.
I want you to do that on you.
That's
go
broad.
homework. Go do some homework and look at what I was just telling you about.
I'm not gonna do no homework. I'm gonna let you know right now. I'm taking the F. All right. All right. I'm failing. I'm gonna fail that class. All right. Just letting you know. These. What are they complaining about?
99% of. Oh wait.
Very curious, how do guys you around your age, how do they talk to you guys?
That's the funny thing is that they don't. I have gotten approached at a party maybe twice since being here.
That's wild.
Men don't approach us
Wow.
here, which is I find funny because there's so many beautiful women here in Isla Vista.
Honestly, think that might be the problem.
Yeah, there's so many of us here. It's again very rare, but the ones who have approached me were like very, very incoherent and very, very drunk. I couldn't really hold like a clear conversation with them.
That's
so
fucked
it's
up.
kind
That's
of
where you
iffy
was
if
at.
it even like counts.
That's
Very
where you.
curious.
That's where you was at. So she's basically
People get drunk in all bars.
So she saying she not being approached. Period. I ain't talking
Pretty
about no
much.
bar. I'm talking about you get to be approached at the supermarket, the gas
She
station,
said she
wherever.
got approached by two people, and she didn't even say they was ugly. She said they was incoherent. So that means she got approached by some drunk.
Well, you know what? It was last call. It was last call, and apparently you didn't make the cut.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. You didn't make the cut. It was last. The guys that already approached, they approached what they was looking for already. All right. The fact that you're still there.
Look at that shit.
What do you?
Men stop approaching women, modern women worried or whatever. Stop blaming men for not approaching. Blame other.
I don't know. I think guys are even afraid to look your way. So the question is, is this a problem? And if so, what do you do about it? Obviously, this is a problem because men are now terrified. Even in the workplace, by the way, they're terrified to have interactions with women because there's so much talk of sexual harassment has been, blown up to the point where you're guilty upon accusation of everything. So they're like, I don't even want to talk to you. I don't want to be like, no, every door needs to have like a window that you can see through. And I'm good. I've spoken to guys that actually have deep concerns about like just regular interactions. Like I'm afraid I'm going to say something or like, and these are not guys that are prone to inappropriate behavior, but they're just afraid that window of inappropriate has expanded so much that if they even say something nice, it's like, oh my God, did I overstep my boundary? They're like walking on eggshells 24/7.
Okay.
And you understand that term because that was one of your terms. I ain't walking on eggshells for nobody. And she's saying they're walking on eggshells 24/7.
That's something I don't do. I don't walk on eggshells.
Me either.
Is it just me? Yes. Is it just me or do men not approach women anymore? Like, I'm not the approaching type. I can't approach anyone. But I saw some fine men. Did you see some?
I did.
Yeah, we just went to Black on a Block in Texas. Saw some gorgeous men, but none of them approached me, and I'm not the approaching type. I can't do it. But if you approach me,
You consider her good looking?
She
I'm just about to be single for forever.
She don't have no problem, right?
You wonder why
Ray, you
men
think
no
she's good
longer
looking?
approach. Well, do you modern women give men any incentives to approach you?
She says she don't approach. So in other words, the only way she's actually gonna even think about dating is if a man approaches her. Do you know that? You remember back in the day when you used to see a girl and say like, "Yo, she look good. She has to have a guy." You know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes would just have it in their mind like, "Hey, yo, she look too nice to be walking around here single. She's gotta have a dude." And then you might get a guy that get up there and just start talking to her, and then come to find out that she's single and she doesn't have anybody. You'd be like, "Wow, what? Why is that?" And then she says, "Well, a lot of guys, even back then, a lot of guys just don't approach me." And I said, and a guy would go ahead and say, "Is it because they think you already have somebody?" That probably still goes on to this day.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? So
don't get me wrong. This is not everybody. It's
Right.
just a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. It's just. It used to be women step outside, guys are there. But now with the Me Too and the women and the heavy rejection and men being fed up, they just not approaching them no more. They don't want to get caught up in none of that. Keanu Reeves won't even go near women and shake a hand or nothing.
That's Keanu Reeves, yo.
I'm just saying that's how
That's Keanu
bad
Reeves.
this guy. He's a superstar.
Keanu Reeves is like, yo, I'm
can
not
have any woman he want. And
Keanu Reeves is like, I'm not getting caught up in none of this bullshit.
Yeah.
So that's how he is,
And
and that's
most
the way he lives his life.
Most men are starting to
Let me
take
ask
on
you
that
this.
same
Let me
thing.
ask you this. So you saying that your girl or a girl, when she leave out the house, she's attractive. How many times a day you think she getting approached?
I don't think about it. I
I'm
know she's attractive because I like her.
Hold on, no. I'm not even talking about your girl.
Oh.
I'm not talking about my girl. I'm just saying that girl. She's attractive. Every time she leaves the house, how many times do you think that she's being approached? Because if you sit there and tell me that you don't think she's being approached at all, I'm gonna tell you capping. I'm gonna call you saying you
I
lying.
already said it's not everybody.
But I'm just saying.
I'm just saying that the numbers
when
have
she
changed.
leaves out of the house, give me a number. How many times do you think she's being
All right,
approached?
I'll preface it with this. When she left out the house in 2018,
look at this.
She was getting approached maybe if she was around a lot of
this
people,
shit. You hear this
9
shit?
or 10 times a
You hear
day.
this shit?
Now when
You
she
gonna
leaves out the house, she gets approached 2 and 3 times a day, and it ain't because she got older.
Okay. So I'm just saying 2 or 3.
Trying to say.
I'm just saying 2 or 3 times a day. All right. We just going with that. 2 or 3 times a day. She's getting approached, right? That shit adds up in a week. That shit adds up in a month.
I still don't know what your point
That
is.
adds up. What I'm saying is that they getting approached. That's what I'm
I
saying.
didn't say they not getting approached, bro.
Bro, you
keep
just had me go
I
through
said
a-
they're getting
hold up.
approached less.
Yo, you just had me
I
go-
said less.
Less. You wasn't less. You didn't say that. This is how you was hitting me when them videos was on there.
Less.
What I say?
Why are the women not being approached?
Not
man?
one time did you say less. You didn't go like this. Yo, look, you see that? You didn't say less.
Does it
You didn't
make-
say less at all.
does
You
it-
just said
does
they
it-
weren't being
does it-
approached.
Does it even make sense to say that women are not being approached at all? At all? Does that even make sense? That's not
man.
even common sense.
Okay.
I said less. Much less.
Okay, much less. But you made it seem.
I know.
You
No,
made it
you
seem like
looked
they.
at it.
I looked
that
at it the wrong way.
You listened to what you wanted to listen to, and you skewed it to your favor.
Is that what I did?
That's what you did.
Okay. Because I know we started off where I was saying that men are not turning
be
down
real.
if they're being approached.
Let's be
All right,
real.
hold on. It started when I said men, average guy is not turning down a woman if she approaches him, whereas women have options and they can turn it down. Then you turned around and we got to the point where it's like, hey, wait a minute, they ain't approaching the women like
Not-
that. And then
not
we
as
got into
much
the
as they
video and we
used
got into the videos,
Not
and I
as
was
much
saying,
as
yo,
they
they're still getting approached enough to where they can turn down. If a guy
course
comes to
they
them and
are.
says they want to go on a
Of course
date,
they are.
they still can turn it down because they still have options.
Listen
That's what
to
I'm
me.
saying.
They do.
Whereas a
I
guy,
never said they don't have options. I
Whereas-
said they're not getting approached as much as they used to.
the point
You
that I
done
was
took it
making,
and made it a Steve point.
you're just gonna ignore the point that I'm making when I said
'Cause it's a
average
Steve
guy
point.
is not gonna go ahead and turn it down.
Which one was that?
It's quite all right.
Keep going.
It's quite all right. I'm still at that point where you tell me.
I think
I'm still at that. No, I'm still at that point. I don't care if all the cameras go down. I'm still at that point where I'm telling you that the guy is not turning it down. The guy is not. They can't hear me. The mic is on. You're still not turning it down because you're not being approached enough. That's what I'm saying when it comes down to the guys.
Like I'm saying, like I said, I'm not really going against that. Guys, if a guy gets approached and you've seen it, he said that they're getting sex 41% less than 2005 and even more less than 1995.
Hit me with statistics.
Listen, so yeah, you're right that they're gonna take it, but that's simps.
All I'm saying
simps.
is they don't have to be a simp to say yes.
They don't.
They're going on a date when a woman comes up and wants to go out on a date with them. Then they don't have to be a simp to say that.
Okay, listen, I will say this. The amount of men under 30 not having sex is nearly triple.
I didn't even bring sex into the damn conversation. All I was talking about was I'm talking about as far as being. I'm talking about as far as being.
What do men with women for? I mean, what do they do when they're together and they want to show affection? They have fucking sex.
Yo, don't try to justify what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about them trying to go in. If they're gonna go ahead and not say no, when is the guy gonna say no? When he's gonna say no if she says I want to go out? When's he gonna say no?
It's more likely,
let me hear that part.
They may not say no, but they're more likely to say no nowadays because of all the bullshit that's going on than they were in the past.
So you're saying
that
now,
was my point.
Okay, that's your point. So you're saying now, girl asks a guy to go out, he's gonna say no.
I'm not saying it depends on the circumstance. You gotta add some stuff to it.
Take the mic off. Motherfucker on that bullshit.
He's storming out, yo. He's storming out. Get the out of here. Hey, we're gonna take a break, you guys, because we're having
hold up. Less
technical difficulties, of course. We're using action cameras. But anyway, thanks. We'll take a break for now and we'll be back. This is a hot topic. We want your opinions.